guys, so I finally thought I would start with my vlogs, and my front camera here is acting weird because of the light. I'll figure out the lighting in the next video. So I wanted to start these vlogs because I was feeling like there is a lot that I can just sit and talk like that, rather than making Instagram videos which are quite short and then I'm not able to express myself fully there. And because that happens, I don't shoot a video because then it's incomplete, and that results in me not doing anything over there. And I also feel like the short posts, Instagram posts, are also very short for something that I want to convey, and I cannot just stop at one post. So I decided to make vlogs so that I can just sit here and talk, and you might find that interesting, I hope. And please leave your comments so that I know what to do, right? So I just came back from a trip to Montreal, Canada, and I did not expect it to be a spiritual experience, but it highly was one. So the main thing was seeing angel numbers everywhere. Although like I see angel numbers everywhere uh, in my daily life also, me and my husband both like just see angel numbers here and there everywhere. Wherever we go, my husband just orders numbers on demand. He's like, God, please show me 786. His favorite number is 786. God, please show me 786 before I reach home today. And there it is, and the same happened in Montreal as well, but mainly it was the numbers 11 and 11. So at one point of time there was a bus with 11 on display and 1111 as the bus number, and it stopped right in front of us. And then he wanted like 786 before we reach home, and we got off at another station because we wanted to get some Indian food from a particular store, and it was not pre-decided, so we decided it just now. And we got off at that station and we got the food, and when we came back to board the train to our apartment from that very station, we missed the train that we were supposed to take, and then we were waiting for the next one. And as we were waiting, I just felt the need to go and check out the fire extinguisher. And when I do that, the fire extinguisher is like inside the wall behind a glass. And when I do that, I'm not even looking at the fire extinguisher. I'm just reading other things like the instructions and everything. And my husband, he comes over to me and is like, 786. So there was 786 on the tag on the fire extinguisher. So that was like, wow. And he took a photo of it. Yeah, so when we were coming back, I was seeing like 5555 everywhere I went. So what is the meaning of these numbers? So mainly for me, it's just that the angels are with me and they are watching over me, they are communicating with me, and they are like just sending a wink to me that whatever I'm doing is right, whatever path I'm on is right for me, and I should continue the way I am. And it's just that, but when I looked up, it says that there will be prosperity, good luck, good opportunities, etc ahead. So that's kind of something that helps you feel reassured from the universe, for your choices, right? Other than that, when I was sitting in the train, I usually prefer not being on the phone and just looking out at the scenery and just being in the moment, and maybe try processing my thoughts, basically meditating in a way. So as I was doing that, a lot of information started flowing into my mind, and I started talking to myself. Basically, I was channeling, and I kept talking and I kept talking to myself. Now, masks have a benefit. Now, you can talk to yourself without getting noticed. So I did that, and a lot of information was flowing through, and I just rediscovered some parts of myself that I hadn't looked at before. One example is that um, as a child, I was quite like I had a very difficult childhood. My parents wouldn't agree to that because in their mind they provided everything to me that a child would need. But I just watched a video from 1960s where the mother is like, I provided everything a child needs, and still the child is, acting in this erratic way and all that. So I watched that whole video, and I totally could relate to it because again my parents say that yeah, they provided everything a child needs, which is true. They did provide everything a child needs except emotional support. Now they didn't know how to provide that. They didn't know that's necessary, but yeah, it is a big thing that a child needs. So no emotional support. I remembered that during my childhood I was a very different child. So I was the center of attraction for everybody, especially bullies. So I was bullied a lot during my whole childhood, the whole school time, and I learned to brave it quite early. And I had help, some kind of help, and it was quite weird. Like, I would make another video about that, actually, how I was helped during my childhood and how that person who helped me just vanished. I don't know where she went. So I was helped during my childhood to come onto the right track, to be brave, to fight. And I recently came to know that I have Asperger's syndrome also, which my parents, being doctors, should have identified themselves, but they couldn't. They never did, and they still don't. So them being doctors, I always had a trust in them that they would identify if something was wrong with me, but that was not the case. But I surely knew that something was wrong with me. I was completely different from everybody. And so I had all this emotional turmoil, and also because of things that were going on at home during my teenage years. And I was away from home for my whole graduation, 5 years. And then I had big health crisis for 3 to 4 years. And during that whole time, there was nobody from the family with me. Like, they were with me physically, my grandparents, but there was no emotional support. So for somebody to have gone through such a big health crisis, I talk about that in another video. I had tuberculosis, and I had to take the medication, and then it came back, it relapsed, and then I had to take it again. And the side effects were huge. Now, the medication for tuberculosis is also called as chemotherapy. Now, it's called chemotherapy for a reason, because the side effects are huge. And for a child, you can say I was 18, 19, 20, 21 years old. It was too much, and I had virtually no emotional support from my parents. And I never looked into it. I did my inner child healing, but I never looked into this part. So this was just brought into my awareness just now while on the trip. And I just felt like crying at that time itself, but I couldn't. So I held on to it. I thought, okay, let me reach home and then do something about it. So I reached home, and then I journaled, and then a few emotions came out. It's not that I have a grudge with somebody, I don't have any grudges, but I have to deal with my own emotions that are still there. So that happened, and so it was a spiritual experience going there. And yeah, looking into another culture, it was very nice. It was refreshing, and it felt like I was in 1800s Europe. I didn't feel like I was in Canada. And it was the architecture and the whole, the surroundings, atmosphere. And the highlight was at one point they played the theme, Game of Thrones theme at the Notre Dame Cathedral, and it was so magical. It was magical, and I can put a video here.
Imagine the businessman having to walk on these steps, rub your neck and make them, right? Snow came from Scotland. Why? Stones are not. All the great stones everywhere came from the island. That's where we used to be. So why would stone from Scotland? Well, it was actually.
Also, I forgot to record this, so I'm just coming back here to record. That I also saw, like, the art scene in Montreal is big, so there were a lot of artists and a lot of art galleries, art all around in the form of graffiti, paintings, etc., sculptures, installations, etc. So I wanted to reconnect with that part of myself. So something just sparked in me, something reminded myself of the artist inside me that I have almost abandoned right now. So I should get back to painting, right? As a child I used to paint since forever, and I am a natural artist, you can say God gifted. I have been drawing people's faces, portraits, ever since I was in school. I was a small little child, and I'm a very good painter and sketcher, so I think I should go back to it, since I haven't done that since 3 or 4 years. And that part of my inner child really cried out to me when I was in Montreal, and I could feel it, and the energy of the art there just re-sparked that part of me. And now I will take the time to paint. So that's what I wanted to add on to here, and back to the rest of the video. So yeah, that's all, and I'll end this vlog here, and I will post another one when I feel like I have something to say, something to share. And I hope you hop on this spiritual journey with me, and see that what it is like to be on this journey. It's not all roses, it's not all positivity. So you have to work with everything that you have right now, and you will be seeing that I'm just like you. I have this idea that people on Instagram, they think that I am some kind of I don't know, perfect healed person there, sitting there giving lectures. It's not like that. So everything has come from my experience and from the spiritual channeling that I most naturally do. And I will be talking about my whole life in these vlogs, one by one. So I hope you like these vlogs, and I hope you push that like button or dislike button to let me know. All right, thank you. I'll see you next time.